All right. Hey guys, it's been a while. Been pretty busy lately with school and just doing work in general and whatnot. But I'm here now, and I got another rare slash collectible video for you guys. And this video is gonna contain a lot of like just uncommon games and maybe like one potentially rare slash collectible games. And I actually got a number of others to share, and I'll do that, in the other videos. But I'm gonna ramble a little bit in the beginning, in most of my videos, and totally get you don't want to hear any of that. So if that's the case, then just skip a few minutes in, and we should be all good. But yeah, I think it's been around 2 weeks. It's been a while, and in terms of the formatting, I'll probably stick to the TV for like 3 or 4 out of 5 times. And then maybe like 1 or 2 out of 5 times I'll do it in front of the bookcase, just as like an old like throwback video. But yeah, I actually originally made this video. Actually, I'll just bring you guys over to the TV. Might as well. Yeah, I actually originally made this video before I headed out to class, which was literally like 10 minutes ago. But silly me, I was trying to adjust some setting, and then I clicked the button and it stopped recording. So I was like, damn it, like, gotta remake the video. But yeah, here I am again, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. And also, as a disclaimer, like always, in the end, it is my opinion on what games might become rare, collectible, uncommon, or potentially valuable throughout the near future, or years down the line. So yeah, take it with a bit of a grain of salt, and it's chill. It's completely chill. If you disagree with me, just keep it chill, and just tell me, yeah, just give me more information on things. And yeah, it is in the end about sharing information. So yeah, we'll get right on to discussing the rare and collectible games. Fix this. All right. The first game is Rage, and I actually originally had this on the Xbox 360, but I sold it because I don't have an Xbox 360. But yeah, ever since then, and after looking at get it to focus, like the back here, I always thought the graphics were like super cool. So yeah, I was always looking for this, but I wasn't able to find it in honestly like 22 to like 25 GameStops. And when I went to the one back home, I finally found this one. But yeah, you can pick it up for around $2 to $3. It's worth at GameStop in store. It's worth around like $5 to $6 online, or even $3 if you can find it for that. So yeah, it's a fairly cheap game, but it's made by ID and published by Bethesda. And ID are, as it says here, they're the creators of Doom and Quake, and I believe Wolfenstein as well. And in terms of ID as like a gaming company, what you need to know about them is they are pretty much like the grandfather, godfather, top whatever of the FPS genre. They were the first ones ever when it came to, I think, Quake or Doom. I haven't played the original ones, but yeah, they were the first ones to implement a 3D FPS game. And so ever since then, they were the name for FPS games. And so when this came out, of course, everyone paid attention to it, and it's actually pretty interesting. Like it has, of course, it's an FPS game, as you can see here, and in other parts of the game, you get to control a vehicle and go to war with it. And I believe the multiplayer isn't like a shooter multiplayer. It's more like with the vehicles. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the case. And overall, it's actually a really nice game. The graphics are quite amazing overall. Except for I heard that there's a bit of like texture problems where like you'd be going into an environment, it looks really nice, but then it takes a couple seconds for the rock to load, so it kind of ruins it. But overall, graphically, it's amazing. And the only real downside I heard is that, or not even a downside really, it's the fact that like they didn't do anything like new, like they didn't do anything revolutionary, they didn't like redefine the genre. It's just a pretty damn well-made FPS game, and it's super cheap, and it's relatively uncommon. At least in my area, only like 5 out of like 25 GameStops have it, so not too many. But yeah, if you can find it for $2 to $3, I definitely pick it up. And yeah, as you can see, like you can control vehicles and whatnot. So moving on, this next game is Red Faction Guerrilla, and I actually like saw this a lot on the forums, like for like top 25 PS3 games, and a decent number of people mentioned this as like a really good game. So that caught my interest, and you can see the back here, the manual, everything, and it's an old PS3 game, as you can see by the label here, and it's actually a pretty cool game. Wow, I'm completely blanking because this is my second go after an hour of going to class. But yeah, you basically get to play as this guy, and you're part of a guerrilla called the Red Faction. And you're like this rebel group who's like just trying to reclaim whatever you guys are trying to reclaim. And you use like the sledgehammer for this most part, or like this hammer, and then what a lot of people liked about the original Red Faction, aside from the story and everything, is the gameplay. Like you get to destroy practically almost everything you see in the game. You could probably destroy it, and it's fun. It's like Hulk, like just smashing everything, and yeah, like that's what's really fun about it. But yeah, I originally heard the first two games I believe were on the PS2. And this is like the reiteration for the PS3, and I believe they also released Red Faction Armageddon, which got pretty bad reviews. But in terms of the PS3, Red Faction Guerrilla, in terms of the Red Faction series, is probably the best one, at least for the PS3. In terms of the value, this game is worth, I think I picked it up for $3 to $5. This was a while back. But yeah, I haven't seen a complete copy of this. Personally, ever, other than that one game store, but I know, like I would say 5 to 6 GameStops have it around my area. But yeah, it's really hard to find. At least for me, it was to find complete with the manual, the art, and everything in relatively good condition. So yeah, if you can find that game, I definitely find it. And another crazy thing that I had doesn't really happen often, just because like I look at so many PS3 game related stuff. But yeah, there's actually a Red Faction collection for this game. I'm not sure if it's like this or a download, but I'm pretty sure there's like a disc format of it. The copies on eBay run for around $40 as of now, and I have yet to see the Red Faction collection, which includes, I believe, the original Red Faction game, the first one. And it includes Guerrilla and I believe Armageddon as well. But I have yet to see it in any of the game stores I've personally been to, and even any of the videos I've watched on YouTube about rare collectible games. So if you can find that Red Faction collection, or if you know more about it, definitely leave it down in the comments. But if you can find that, I definitely pick it up, because I've yet to see it at all. So yeah, I thought that was cool, because I checked price chart and I noticed that on there, and I was like, oh wow, I never knew that existed. But yeah, enough about that. Next one, this is not rare or uncommon at all. These two games are more on the uncommon side. This game, very common. But if you find it in CEX, I think they price dropped it recently, and it's super cheap, $1.50. Like you can't beat that. That's like a bag of hot Cheetos for an entire game. So if you find it at CEX and you don't have it, I definitely pick it up for $1.50. And I noticed in my first video that I actually got the greatest hits disc, but the black label game. So I thought that was kind of weird. But yeah, I heard it's a really, like, a pretty damn well-made game. You're playing as the original character. I think he appears in the previous Resident Evil games, and you meet up with this girl, and you're pretty much just trying to stop this, the bad guys, I guess, from negotiating this agreement on obtaining biological weapons in Africa. So yeah, you're just trying to prevent that. And I heard the main focus of this game is kind of like co-op, and so yeah, that might be really fun, like a couch co-op to play with your friend. And I heard it's actually pretty good if you're looking for a couch co-op, and if you like Resident Evil, and if you find it at CX for $1.50, I definitely pick it up. I believe it's worth around $5. And I know there's a gold edition of this. I've seen it a few times. That's probably a lot more collectible than this one, but yeah, for the price, I thought $1.50 was amazing for this. So I just thought I'd share it. All right, next one is Sacred 3. I actually noticed in the first video that I have an old PlayStation case for this. So yeah, I didn't know that. And Sacred 3, sorry that's not loading. That's weird. Alright, there you go. Alright, Sacred 3, unlike Sacred 2, Sacred 2 is essentially, it's like Diablo. It's an action RPG, and I'm sure you guys have played at least one action RPG. But yeah, Sacred 3 is more, yeah, it's kind of like an action RPG, but it's more of like a hack and slash game. And I heard the RPG elements are kind of weak, where like you don't really have like this branch of things that you can put points into. It's more like once you level up, like you gain certain abilities and whatnot. And I also heard that it's somewhat inconsistent in terms of the difficulty. Like the beginning of the game is fairly hard, but you know, as you go through it, if you skip all the side quests, then you might be underleveled and it might be hard to proceed through the game. But if you do all the side quests, I heard that your character gets pretty damn strong to the point where the enemies are a bit too easy. So yeah, it came complete. I got it off eBay along with El Shaddai originally for $20 for El Shaddai in this, and that's when I picked it up. So I guess I paid around $10 for this. And online, I would say it's worth anything from, I would say like 8 to 15, 15 being on the very high side, and 10 to 12 being more common. So if you find this game for relatively cheap, it's just uncommon. Like, I've seen Sacred 3 a number of times actually. Like, yeah, but Sacred 2 is a lot harder to find, and that's what I'm looking for. But yeah, Sacred 3, not sure if it'll be rare or collectible, but yeah, I just thought it was interesting how this game maintained that like $15 price line at eBay and like 12 online. So I think it is collectible, the Sacred series in general. So if you find this for cheap, definitely pick it up. All right, next one. This is, oh my god. So originally when I tried to look for this game, by the way, this one has the new one instead of the PlayStation, so I might replace the two cases. But anyway, yeah, when I saw like the game name of this, like I wasn't sure how to type it into price chart, just because yeah, I thought it was S3K, and like clearly this is a 3, and at the time I wasn't even sure what this was, but it's actually SBK, Superbike World Championship. And essentially this is like the Superbike simulation game, kind of like Gran Turismo, but nowhere near the level of Gran Turismo and like how well it's made overall. I heard it's a fairly average game, but if you love superbikes, I definitely pick this up. Yeah, but for people who, I'm sure most of us who don't know much about superbikes or who aren't really into it, like I don't think it'll be that fun of a game personally. But I heard it's at times fairly realistic. Like you can actually fall off your bike. The turns and whatnot are pretty good. And I heard it has an arcade mode, but it doesn't really make it arcadey. So like, why would you have an arcade mode that isn't too arcadey? But yeah, I heard the career mode is pretty decent actually. Like it motivates you to win the races and whatnot. But yeah, it came complete with the disc and manual. And I believe I found this at GameStop like a month or two ago. And it's super cheap. It's like $2 or $3. And in terms of its value, it's worth around $5 to, I would say, $8 online. And yeah, this is SBK World Championship, or Superbike World Championship. And this game is actually fairly, it's a little more than uncommon. Like haven't seen this copy other than that at that one GameStop. And I think there's only 2 or 3 around my area, which is among like 25 GameStops, or like around that number, like the 20s or 30s. So yeah, if you find it in a GameStop, I'd pick it up for $3. It's doing fairly well online, like 5 to 8. So yeah, and I might give it a go maybe. I'm not super into bikes, but I always think they look cool. So yeah, there's that. And the next one, this is, in my opinion, it's gonna be a collectible game. It's not like extremely rare. Honestly, most PS3 games right now aren't that rare. But yeah, like we're just discussing, you know, down the line. And down the line, I think this would definitely be a game that's sought after. And I played the Simpsons games on the PS2. And I tried this game out just for a little bit, like a couple hours, and I thought it was really well made. And at least as a kid, for the Simpsons game, like Simpsons, like in terms of, you know, the Simpsons like shows, like The Simpsons, Futurama, American Dad, Family Guy, like The Simpsons would probably be my favorite. I've definitely, every time it was on TV as a kid, like I'd watch it and I'd always love it. Like every episode I really enjoyed. And yeah, this game does a really good job of bringing a game to a Simpson lover. And it's well made in a lot of ways. First of all, like all the main characters are voice acted by the original voice actors for the Simpsons TV show. So that's really cool about it. And it also has Matt Groening. Not sure how to pronounce the last name. It's Groening or Groening. Correct me on that. But yeah, it's published by EA, and it's a really, really well-made fan service. In my opinion, better than how Family Guy, the game, treated Family Guy. Like, this is, in my opinion, step a bit above that. And it's really cool. You get to play as either Homer Simpsons. Like, throughout the game, you, like, switch off with the characters. But, yeah, you get to play as Simpsons. Oh, that's the creator right there. But, yeah, you get to play as Simpsons and, or, why am I saying Simpsons? Homer, sorry, it's kind of, I'm a little tired. But yeah, you get to play as Homer, and he gets to either turn into a big ball, like Katamari style, and just run through things. He can turn into slime, he can turn into, or he can burp, and like kill his enemies that way. And you can play as Marge, and she works like with a megaphone, and like she pretty much convinces the mob to attack the enemy. And Lisa, I believe, has like telekinetic powers. And Bart turns into Bartman, and you have like your slingshot to shoot things. And yeah, I heard it's an overall really well-made game. From what I hear, what else is there about this game? Yeah, like it pokes a lot of fun at a lot of different games. Like there's this one scene with like this alien spaceship, and they're like, you know, after every 4 shots, this guy's gonna stop. You know, like a lot of games do that, and yeah, it pokes fun out of a lot of things, and there's a lot of jokes throughout the entire game. And yeah, overall, it's a very well-made game. And if you like The Simpsons, oh yeah, I definitely picked this up. And yeah, it's just a really well-made TV show game. And it's the old PS3 label and embossed on top. Came complete. And this game, I believe, is worth anywhere from $12 being on the very low side to around $20. So I definitely pick it up. And it's, I mean, any game that's an old PS3 game that's around like $15-20 is fairly like sought after, because even after all this time, you know, people are still looking for it. So yeah, there's that. Not sure how you guys feel about this video. Like, I originally made this video again, so I might not sound too excited, but I got one cool thing to share with you guys. Alright, I'll turn this down right here. Nice. Alright, hold up. Alright, there you go. Okay, I picked this up recently. I really like Dead Space. God damn it. Sorry, guys. Yeah, alright, we'll just do it here. Alright, so I originally picked this up for around like $17 on eBay, and I was really happy about that price. And it's really cool. It's pretty thick, pretty big, and it's kind of hollow, shiny. And it's a collector's edition for Dead Space 2. And it didn't include the game, but I already had it, so thought I'd pick it up. So yeah, this is Dead Space 2, and Dead Space 2 is really good. I think the Dead Space games, honestly, are going to be collectible down the line, unless they re-release it, because it really did bring back the survival horror genre for the PS3 and for the more recent gen consoles. So yeah, that's cool. And it includes this little art thing, just like a little art card, I guess. Yep, fairly simple thing. And it includes the soundtrack in this little sleeve. And for the cool part, it includes, as you can see right here, this is where the game would fit. It also includes this. This is the gun that the main character uses. And I believe it has, it's originally like, yeah, so yeah, I was confused when I was opening this at first. Like, I thought, sorry if I'm rambling, but hopefully some of you enjoy it. But yeah, like right here, you know, like I originally was trying to open it here, but it doesn't do that. So you just gotta open the sides first, and then open this, and boom, get the little gun here. And I thought that was super cool too. Kind of wished it still had the original backing to it. It was set onto like this cardboard, but yeah, I thought that was super cool. So if you can find this for like fairly cheap, I would say like 17 bucks, I definitely pick it up. I think it runs complete for around like 30 plus. So yeah, there's that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, guys, and sorry it took so long, but you know, I was just so busy. But yeah, I'll try to make a video like every week, either on the weekend or on Monday or Tuesday. So stay tuned for them. And yeah, I hope you guys were having an amazing time, you know, these past weeks, and continue to have an amazing time. And yeah, there's that. Subscribe if you like my videos. Like it if you enjoyed this video. And see you guys next time. Thank you.